Hi everyone, let's talk about finance today. We've already covered how to cover the entire ESI syllabus for the upcoming RBI examination. अगर आपने वो वीडियो नहीं देखी, if you've not seen that, the link will be in the description section below. Please go and watch that because in that video I've talked about the entire ESI coverage. Now today I'll be covering the entire finance coverage. Just as we did in ESI, we're going to divide finance coverage into two major parts. One is the syllabus and the other is current affairs. Now, this is a shout out to all the enrolled students that you do not have to cover all these books as a part of the syllabus. As a part of the current affairs, you're already covering whatever I will be discussing, but you can still spend some time on this video and try and understand what exactly am I recommending to all the unenrolled students who are preparing by themselves using or through self-study. So it takes a typical 30 to 45 days to be able to cover finance once, the entire syllabus. After that, you have to keep revising it multiple times. The more revisions, the better it is for you. But what exactly do you do in these 30 to 45 days? There are multiple ways through which using self-study you can cover the entire finance syllabus. One way, which is very popular amongst a lot of selected students, is actually to use Wikipedia, wherein what they do is they will just Google all the terms given in the syllabus, open Wikipedia and go through whatever Wikipedia has covered. It gives them a good background, good understanding of what exactly is to be covered in the syllabus of finance, and then they can go deeper using books. It's a very good starting exercise, and I would recommend all the students to do that. Spend about 3-4 days on covering all the wiki pages of the topics given in the syllabus. Let's go beyond that. Beyond that, what do we do? There are multiple books that you can use to cover the syllabus. Let me just name a few. Majority of finance syllabus comprises of Indian financial system, whether it is inflation, budget, financial technology, fintech, the evolution of Indian financial markets, Indian banking system, regulatory bodies evolution, all of that comes under the umbrella of Indian financial system. There are various books which cover this entire umbrella of Indian financial system. Let me tell you a few which are good ones. There is one book by M.Y. Khan. You will easily find it on the internet on Amazon. Now, please understand that both these books, M.Y. Khan and Bharti V. Pathak, they are meant for universities. They are not meant for competitive examinations. And that is why, because they're meant for universities, teaching in universities, the orientation is a little different. The kind of, the method in which things are being taught or explained is a little different. You have to realign all that content which is given in these books, which means that you have to do some selective reading in all these books to be able to crack the examination or understand or read everything according to the needs of this examination. That is why covering finance through books takes a little more time. That is the reality about these two books. The third book that you can pick up is for JIB Macmillan, called as Indian Economy and Indian Financial System. It's just one thick book. Now, the good thing and the bad thing about this book, the good thing is that it covers the basics of everything that is to be understood, that is to be read under Indian financial system. Basically, it gives you a broad view of entire Indian financial system. But the disadvantage of this book is that it does not go into depth. It does not cover in-depth coverage of Indian financial system. It gives you definitions of everything, meanings of everything, but sometimes it lacks the depth which is required in order to have a deeper, better, more clear understanding. Okay. But nonetheless, reading this book once helps you a lot in understanding virtually everything which is required to be studied for Indian financial system. Now, any one of these three will do, but then there are some books that you have to go through or you should go through. One is Functions and Workings of RBI. Now, this is a book which is available on RBI website itself. The link I have provided already in the description section below. What exactly is this book? This book simply talks about, as the name only suggests, talks about the functions of RBI, various functions of RBI, various workings of RBI. What is it that RBI does in the field of finance and the field of banking? Forex, finance, banking, development, financial inclusion, all of that is briefly summarized and discussed here. Along with that, the frequently asked questions on RBI website, which are an amazing repository to understand the basics of various elements of Indian financial system. So it is required from your side that you go through these two things necessarily. That is why I've used the word and here instead of using or. तो ये आपको पढ़ना ही पढ़ना है in short. Fortunately, there is a book that I have created which is available on Amazon as well, called as Absolute Guide to RBI. उसमें ये दो चीज़ें ही covered हैं. I have specifically covered only these two things, nothing else, because these two things together summarize the role of RBI very well for your academic purposes, for your examination purposes. Okay. Now this is about something that you have to cover. Along with this, what else can you use? If you go on IGNOU website, the link I provided again in the description, e-Gyan Kosh करके एक वेबसाइट है IGNOU की, जिसके अंदर पूरा रिपोजिटरी है of the entire set of sources that IGNOU has created since independence till now. So search chapter wise there. You will, very fortunately, you will find some of the other books covering all the chapters that are there or all the topics that are mentioned in the syllabus of RBI. तो हर एक सिलेबस, हर एक टॉपिक जो आरबीआई के सिलेबस में मेंशन्ड है, उस टॉपिक को वहां पे सर्च करिए. जब आप सर्च करोगे आपको बुक्स मिलेंगी या फिर चैप्टर्स मिलेंगे. उन चैप्टर्स को खोल के सेव करिए और उनको पढ़ लीजिए. It is one of the best source that I personally feel to understand the basic concepts, static concepts of Indian financial system. You might not find everything on this website, on IGNOU website, pertaining to the topics mentioned in RBI syllabus, but you will find about 80-90% of the topics very easily. And IGNOU material is a little hard to understand. It's a little more complicated and advanced level, but if you are able to spend time on it, understand it well, it is one of the best sources that can help you get through the exam. इसमें एफर्ट ज़्यादा है, इसलिए मैंने इसको लास्ट में डाला है. Okay, one note before we move on to current affairs, cover the basic concepts when it comes to syllabus of finance. There is no need to go very much in depth into finance in majority of the topics. Why? Because exam में basics ही पूछे जा रहे हैं. Now your understanding of why basics are being asked, or you know basics ही पूछे जा रहे हैं या नहीं, without relying on my word, is to go through previous year papers. Please go through phase 2 previous year papers of the past 5 years. आपको खुद समझ आ जाएगा कि when I say basics are being asked in the phase 2 syllabus of finance, yes, exactly basics are being asked. Okay, this is all when it comes to the syllabus part. प्लीज़ ध्यान रखिएगा कहाँ पर मैंने और लगाया है और कहाँ पे एंड लगाया है, कंफ्यूज मत होइएगा. Let's come to the current affairs part. 6 months to 12 months of current affairs is required from finance syllabus or finance part for RBI examination. Its importance, its relevance is increasing day by day because relevance क्यों बढ़ रही है? क्योंकि somehow RBI has recognized this niche, this small gap, this small area where it feels that it can push the candidate, ask from the candidate or demand from the candidate to read it, जिससे कि खाली serious candidates आएं. Let's say a student who's preparing for UPSC is not able to clear RBI examination without having to go through all these niche areas, these complicated finance concepts and finance current affairs. इसीलिए उस पर relevance थोड़ा ज़्यादा धीरे धीरे RBI डाल रहा है. Because in the past, a lot of banking aspirants used to clear RBI and they could not be serious about RBI. A lot of UPSC aspirants used to clear RBI. They also could not be serious about RBI. It always remained a plan B. RBI intends to make it a plan A for students and have those students on board on its role who are actually serious for RBI, for फाइनेंस एज अ करियर. इसीलिए इसका रेलेवेंस बढ़ता जा रहा है और फ्यूचर में बढ़ता ही रहेगा. कीपिंग दैट इन माइंड, हैविंग दैट इन माइंड, 6 to 12 months of finance current affairs is required. अब फाइनेंस करंट अफेयर्स की जब हम बात करते हैं तो उसमें करना क्या क्या है आपको कवर. सबसे पहले RBI 247 which is a monthly document and a weekly video which is provided to you. Please cover that. RBI 247 के अंदर दो चीज़ें आती हैं. First of all, I cover RBI website under RBI 247, and then I cover major finance newspapers under RBI 247. तो ये दोनों चीज़ें आपको कवर करने को मिलती हैं RBI 247 डॉक्यूमेंट के अंदर. प्लीज़ इसको कवर करिए रेगुलरली, डू नॉट स्किप इट, डू नॉट मिस इट. 6 months to 12 months इज रिक्वायर्ड अंडर RBI 247. फॉर्चुनेटली इसकी वीडियोस यूट्यूब पे फ्रीली अवेलेबल हैं. मंडे, ट्यूसडे, थर्सडे एंड सैटरडे, दीज 3 days क्लासेस आर बीइंग हेल्ड फॉर RBI 247. उनको कवर करोगे, काफ़ी आपका करंट अफेयर्स फाइनेंस का कवर हो जाएगा. अलॉन्ग विद दिस देर आर फाइनेंस एनुअल एंड रेगुलर रिपोर्ट्स. फाइनेंस सेक्शन की कुछ रिपोर्ट्स होती हैं. सम रिपोर्ट्स आर एनुअल रिपोर्ट्स, सम रिपोर्ट्स आर रेगुलर रिपोर्ट्स जो कि सीजनल टाइप होती हैं. अब वन मेजर काइंड ऑफ रिपोर्ट्स आर द रिपोर्ट्स रिलीज्ड बाय RBI इटसेल्फ. वो रिपोर्ट्स आप स्किप नहीं कर सकते, वो आपको पढ़नी ही है. इन द कोर्स दे आर ऑल्सो प्रोवाइडेड, देर इज अ लिस्ट ऑफ 50-60 रिपोर्ट्स विच इज ऑल्सो गिवन इन अनदर वीडियो. उसका लिंक मैंने आपको डिस्क्रिप्शन में दे दिया है. प्लीज़ वो पूरी रिपोर्ट लिस्ट आप लोग लिख लीजिए अपने पास. फाइनेंस की रिपोर्ट लिस्ट मैंने वहाँ पर दी है, मैं सेम चीज़ यहाँ पर रिपीट नहीं कर रहा हूँ. उस रिपोर्ट लिस्ट से आपको समझ आ जाएगा कि व्हेन आई एम सेइंग रिपोर्ट्स गिवन बाय RBI, देन व्हाट डू आई मीन, विच ऑल रिपोर्ट्स डू आई मीन. And secondly, there are reports released by various international institutions like IMF, World Bank, etc. Some of these reports are found under ESI section. A lot of these reports are also found under finance section. तो ये फाइनेंस सेक्शन वाली जो रिपोर्ट्स हैं विच आर गिवन बाय इंटरनेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशंस विच आर मोर फाइनेंस ओरिएंटेड, जैसे फाइनेंशियल इंक्लूजन पे कोई रिपोर्ट आई, डिजिटल टेक्नोलॉजी, फाइनेंशियल टेक्नोलॉजी पे कोई रिपोर्ट आई, तो ये सब हम फाइनेंस रिपोर्ट्स के अंदर डालते हैं, तो उनको कवर करना ज़रूरी है. ओके, दिस द सेकेंड मेजर एरिया दैट यू नीड टू कवर अंडर फाइनेंस करंट अफेयर्स. और ये दो ही मेजर एरियाज हैं जहाँ से क्वेश्चंस आते हैं. देयर आर नो गवर्नमेंट स्कीम्स इन फाइनेंस. जो भी गवर्नमेंट स्कीम्स हैं वो ESI में आ जाती हैं, तो वो आपको अलग से पढ़ने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. इफ़ यू कवर दीज टू थिंग्स थरली एंड मल्टीपल टाइम्स, योर वर्क ऑफ कवरिंग फाइनेंस करंट अफेयर्स थरली इज फिनिश्ड. ओके, क्या क्या चीज़ें ध्यान में रखनी है. हमने फाइनेंस सिलेबस में बोला था कि खाली आपको बेसिक्स पढ़ने हैं. यहाँ पर आपको बिल्कुल उल्टा करना है. यू नीड एन इन डेप्थ अंडरस्टैंडिंग एंड स्टडी ऑफ करंट अफेयर्स, बिकॉज जो क्वेश्चंस आ रहे हैं वो काफ़ी इन्फॉर्मेटिव हैं, फैक्चुअल हैं, एट द सेम टाइम एनालिटिकल भी हैं, और उसमें काफ़ी डेप्थ में RBI घुस जाता है. इसलिए आपको डेप्थ में करंट अफेयर्स पढ़ना पड़ेगा. Multiple revisions are also required because the content is a lot, the information is a lot. In order to remember, recall all of this information, all of this content, you need multiple revisions. आपको multiple times revise करना पड़ेगा. As I said, advanced level questions are being asked. इसलिए आपको अच्छे से इसको पढ़ना है, इसको आप इग्नोर नहीं कर सकते, और इसमें बेसिक्स भी पढ़ोगे तो काम नहीं चलेगा. ओके, लिस्ट ऑफ रिपोर्ट्स एज आई सेड आर गिवन इन अनदर वीडियो, जो मैंने लास्ट वीक ही बनाई थी, दैट्स व्हाई आई एम नॉट रिपीटिंग इट. और उसमें आपको सारी रिपोर्ट्स मिल जाएंगी जो कि RBI ओरिएंटेड है या फिर फाइनेंस ओरिएंटेड है. ठीक है, दिस इज ऑल दैट यू नीड टू डू फॉर फाइनेंस. आई हैव ट्राई टू कीप इट एज सिंपल एज पॉसिबल विदाउट कॉम्प्लिकेटिंग थिंग्स फॉर यू. जितना सिंपल रखोगे अपनी तैयारी को, उतना आपके लिए अच्छा है. प्लीज ट्राई एंड डू दैट. प्लीज ट्राई एंड मेंटेन दैट सिंप्लिसिटी इन योर प्रेप, हैव दैट क्लैरिटी इन योर प्रेप. Automatically you will be able to prepare properly by yourself as well. You would not need any you would need guidance, but you would not have to pay or invest in somebody's coaching program in order to be able to clear the examination. Okay, you can very well do it by yourself as well. Takes a little more time, takes a little more effort, takes a little more research on your part. जितना मैं बता सकता था मैंने आपको यहाँ पर बता दिया है. If you have any doubts, put it down in the comment section below. I will try and answer as many as possible as soon as possible. Keep studying hard. The exam is coming close. All the best. Bye-bye. Jai Hind.